Good morning, welcome to Tech Turks. Today I have Osagie Azeta of Crop Safe Agro-Services and also one of the winners of BET7, a Diamond Bank initiative was partnered with EDC to provide managerial capacity for small businesses. And so, Osagie, welcome to Tech Turks. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
So
sir.
tell us about Crop Safe. What's the difference to the agri sector, but what space specifically?
Generally, Crop Safe stands out because we don't just do agri as every person does agri. We come into agri and try to add value by making sure that we reduce post-harvest losses. In Nigeria alone, we lose 2.7 trillion annually to post-harvest losses, either quality or quantity. In clear terms, a quarter of our harvest is lost because we do not keep them properly. So we thought that's a space to enter and help people to eat safe and perhaps increase our life expectancy in Nigeria.
So is there money to be made in that?
A lot. I mean,
so how do you,
that 2.7 trillion naira is not lost by the government.
No.
It's lost by the smallholder farmers who are priced cheaply because they bring in their crops rotten, or we export our goods abroad and they are rejected. Like, for example, for the past 3 years, our beans have been banned in EU market. In UK alone, we have 2 million Nigerians looking for beans. Amazingly, people sneak out our beans through the borders to Ghana and export it. So you have Indians and Ghanaians selling our yam and our beans. Foreign exchange going back to Ghana and everywhere except Nigeria.
So how do you close that gap? So from production so it must be a management of
yes,
from harvest.
Yes, from harvest.
So tell us about that.
Right now, if I start from harvest, I think it might be garbage in, garbage out, because if something has been wrong from the farm. Okay. So I provide support for the farmers, getting the best agronomic practices for them to follow, just some oversight, and walk them through until harvest. At harvest, I pick it up, and I make sure that it is kept safe, chemical-free, until it gets to the table of the consumer.
So how do you convince people, farmers, right, to take your advice, and how do you get paid?
Okay, yeah. At first, that was a challenge. Our farmers will say, see, if I lose 2 tons, I will sell the remaining 3 tons. But we try to tell them, okay, what about me getting you higher value markets and make sure that you do not sell cheaply? The biggest problem is that because they cannot store or keep properly, they sell at harvest. Harvest is the lowest point.
Because there's supply.
Yeah, there's oversupply and demand goes down. So if we give them commitment and say we're going to take it from you and we seek higher value markets, people who are willing to pay a premium to get the right crops. For example, say let me go back to beans. We heard about killer beans as we grew up. I just came back from Gombe and I saw where people use gamalin to store beans and formalin. We have news of people using sniper to store beans.
What's a sniper and what's
sniper is it's a toxic chemical used for fumigation.
Wow.
And people abuse crops. And we don't know. Sometimes.
So of course, when these things go abroad, they get rejected because
3 years going.
3
years going. In fact, United Nations Industrial Organization has intervened. And just on Tuesday, I was one of those that was brought in. They have a cornet of excellence. So they can trace any of your crop from the farm. And I was brought into that group of people who have the exclusive rights to supply exporters, or if you have the money, export beans to the EU now. So that has been settled. And also all the relevant agencies.
So tell me, like, how did you go into this? And then how have you financed it? Because before you started generating, you must have invested a lot in persuasion, in setting up the infrastructure. How many people work in your organization?
Okay, when I started, and I knew that I needed some funds to start, so I have a small piece of land along Yanapaja. So I gave to my friend, didn't believe me. They believe, but hey, it's my money, it's my life saving. So I give them land papers to take. Because I have done a trial at home. Then I did courses. I went online, I did a course in University of Illinois. I did a course on post-harvest loss management. Then I went to the Institute of Agriculture and Research Training in Ibadan. I did a course. I just called up the professor and said, sir, I want to do something on this. said, come over. Sat me down, and 1 week, from one department to the other, their PhDs came out and they taught me. But the problem is that these guys know it, but they are just sitting down in the institute. Who will go to the farm? So I said, I'm ready. So I thought I would farm before, but I told myself, a lot of people are farming. Just play in this value chain, get the facilities and all that. So I started that, then I got some money from my friends and I started it. Yes, ups and downs here and there, but I got it. Then I got to BET 7, where I was really molded into shape. I was taught strategy, the business side of things was explained to me properly, the export side, the relevant agencies I need to partner with and get the right certification, so that when I talk to a Corona, for example, or I talk to a Covenant University, because these people use this being, they feed their students large and say, I'm not just coming as one random guy. I've done my homework, I have the technology, I have all the government, I have NAFDAC, I have all that. My beans is not packed in any nylon, but it's in sacks, but it has NAFDAC. To tell you that, so if an exporter wants to get my beans, he can get it. If someone out there wants to get it in his room, I have not started doing retailing. I want to push it out first to the export market, 17 million out there. But I thought to myself, what about 180 million at home? So I'm looking at going around large users.
So beans is what you're focusing on right
beans
now?
First,
okay.
Then I will move from there. Then I'm doing beans, I'm doing castor, and I'm doing shea butter and cocoa. They're all seasonal, so I could move around it.
So what you do is that you work with farmers, you agree a takeoff.
Yes, a takeoff, and I support them.
You support them from planting.
Yes, I visit them once in 2 weeks. So them, because there's something called maximum pesticide level or residual level of pesticide, and make sure that I have the test kit. Make sure that I can control them so that they don't exceed that from the farm, knowing that once I pick it up, I'm not adding any pesticides. So
you don't finance any of the seeds or anything. All you do is
right now, because I don't have the money, but they ask for that, and a lot of guys are doing that. So I'm hoping to scale, and if need be. So I think one thing I want to really focus on is to get the market first. If I come with MOUs of people that want to offtake, I want to pick my beans or pick my maize or pick my castor. Like yesterday, I signed a contract with a company who is ready to pick all my castor for 2018. So with that MOU, I can now go and get finance and say, see, someone is going to buy at this price. I can produce at this price. This is the margin. Let's talk business. So most of our farmers, they just go and plant. I don't think of storage or market. So I just came from the front. Let me deal with storage and the market. Then we have almost 80 million farmers, smallholder farmers in Nigeria. So I can talk to anyone.
So how many people work in your organization? How many of you?
We are 3 core guys now. I use a lot of casual people. So if I go to Gombe, for example, I have a team. I will just tell them what to do here and there.
So how does technology play a role in this? Because it must do, because you can't use human beings to do all these things in management and in also supporting the farmers from giving them insights into how to plant.
You'll be amazed how many farmers don't think of the weather condition before they plant. So we are trying to work. So I partner with 2 professors, one in the University of Maiduguri, one in the IR&T. They have a team of farmers around them. So they go around, give weather forecasts, before they use all the gadgets they need to use. Some are trying to bring the drone in, and but Nigeria we still have a lot of manual labors. So we are trying to change all that. But for now, my biggest focus is get the market and the storage sorted. Then there's so much. When BET guys came over to Oyo to film for my farmers, some were dropping off the bike trying to key into the whole initiative. But I've made them know that it's bigger than just coming to say you want to plant. I run trainings for them. I make them see the need for them to do it properly so they can get higher value markets. Most of our farmers go hungry 3 months after their harvest because they can't even store for themselves to eat. I went to Gombe and some of the guys said they don't eat the beans in the market, that they have sold out. I'm like, why? He said, because I know what the middlemen do with the beans. So that's a lot of challenge for me, apart from the export market, which of course I want to make money. I'm thinking of the health side, and if possible, roll a campaign to make people see that what we consume, I mean, life expectancy in Nigeria, 45 years, 30-year-old boy with kidney problem. This is because of what we eat. If EU will ban our beans for 3 years, are they more human than us? They are not. So we should look in and say, not only work at getting our beans now to EU countries, or our hibiscus flower, or our egusi, or even our maize. Our maize, most of them are not dry enough. There's a toxin called aflatoxin. That's why Nestle will not buy maize from anybody, because Nestle want to do Cerelac or Golden Moor, and they want to use the best for babies. But how about our mothers who feed our children with pap? They don't care. So that's why that's the problem we are
always carrying me up, because, you know, like since I was born, my mother, you know, every Saturday is beans. So I'm eating beans for every Saturday. Even now, every Saturday, even my kids are resisting it. Please supply beans.
I will gladly, but this are the realities on ground.
Yeah. Thank you for creating awareness. And it was very, very informative. We'll continue the conversation offline, and congratulations, and also good luck in endeavor. And
thank you for all that you've done. BET has changed my life.
Excellent.
And everything. And the biggest thing I got from BET was the training, I tell you, and the network, meeting everybody. The money has helped, but those two, so even those that didn't win the money, I think they got more than enough. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.